just treat your body and mind. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Just not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, oh,
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello.
What's going on with everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of the Social Den. We are your hosts. I'm your man, CJ.
Oh, I'm Sharice.
Oh my God. And we are back with it. Say now. What's going on, everybody? We're gonna go right to this chat, y'all. We running a little behind, but we here. You know what I'm saying? We was a couple minutes late, but we here. Shout out to the 11 million in the building. Y'all see who the guest is.
We're gonna say hey and bring her right
on
up.
We're gonna bring her right on up after we say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, Tamika?
Hey, Tamika, what you cooking self over there?
Twin.
Cooking chicken and what she say, spinach Alfredo?
Mm-hmm. The Honorable Joni Meeks in the building.
Love.
Welcome in. Sticks, what's popping?
Sticks.
Sassy and Sonia in the building.
Sassy.
Bro and sis, D and Low in the building. Welcome in, bro and sis.
Hey, little brother and sister.
What up, Rain?
Hey, Rain.
Let's see, who else we got up in Chia?
Prince Daniel.
Prince Daniel, what's popping, Prince? Meeting now in the building. What up, bro and sis?
Hey, family.
Let's see who else we got up in here. Make sure I ain't praying for better days. Welcome in.
Welcome in, praying for better days.
Let's see. Relly D, what's popping, King?
Hey, Relly D. Did we say Diva Mom?
And what Diva Mom?
Right there.
And
Diva
Mom.
Diva Mom.
Welcome in, Diva Mom. All right, y'all. So I think we got everybody in the chat for now. I'm sure other people will pile in. But for now, we're going to go ahead and bring up our special guest. This is a very, very dope individual. Mm-hmm. She has a YouTube channel, Jazzy V. She has a story to tell. Mm-hmm. And we wanted, it's an honor having her on the show. And we're just going to get right to it, y'all. We're going to bring Jazzy up. And we're going to have a good time tonight.
My name for her is Jazzy the Survivor.
Exactly. All right, y'all. So without any further ado, please welcome our special guest, Jazzy V.
Hello.
Hey, Jazzy.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Whew, I'm feeling good. A little nervous, but I'm good.
Nervous together. We nervous together.
Yeah.
You can feel my heartbeat.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Watch, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna go nice and smooth. You're gonna be
okay.
It's gonna be just fine. So tell the people about yourself. You ain't gotta be, you don't have to be long-winded at all. Just let them know who you are, tell them about your channel, whatever.
Okay, my name is Vanessa, but I go by Jazzy V on my YouTube channel. I just do like mukbangs, eating, videos, and I talk about my story, about my life, do a little story time here and there. That's basically about it. I'm 49 years old, and that's it. Yeah, so far.
And she loves salad, y'all. She always eating a good old salad.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah, that's my number one thing. Yes.
And if the wonderful mods in the chat wouldn't mind going ahead and dropping Jazzy V's YouTube link, or be sure to drop it.
I'm gonna drop it because Tamika cooking.
Okay, and y'all go ahead and over there and subscribe to Jazzy V.
Thank you.
And shout outs to the 10 million in the building, y'all. We're gonna get started. So just briefly about your YouTube channel. What made you want to start a mukbang channel?
Well, I started out one time. I was on Facebook and I seen B Love's life, and she was doing some type of chicken or whatever, and I kept watching it, and then I kept asking my husband about this person. He said, "Well, she does, do YouTube," and I was like, "Oh, really?" So then I started, watching YouTube. And then I started watching a couple called Kekem and the Fam. And I was watching them and I stayed connected with them. And so then I ended up getting cancer. And so when I had cancer, they came to visit me actually, And so then they was like, you need to start a YouTube channel. I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, well, I don't even know what I would call myself if I did, because I just didn't want to say Vanessa. Well, of course, Miss Cinnamon, Kekem and the Fam, the mother, she ended up giving me the name Jazzy V. She was like, I feel like, you Jazzy, you need to just say Jazzy V, and that's your YouTube channel right there. And so then I was like, okay. So then after I got like kind of like a little cancer free, as I started getting well or whatever, I decided to just go ahead and start, and I just did it one day, and there it was.
Hey,
So
Well, I'm happy you started because then I wouldn't have got to meet
I
you.
know, right?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
always it's just always dope to see or hear everybody's story of why they started YouTube. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um,
Yeah.
you hear so many different reasons, and most people are inspired by other people, which is dope in itself. So
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. That is
we,
true. Yeah.
we were definitely inspired to do YouTube. So
Yeah.
it's just dope to hear.
Yeah.
So you did say that um, when you caught cancer. So how was that? Um, how was it when you found out, and how was the journey with the cancer?
Actually, my journey was a little bit hard, but it wasn't as bad though either. Like, so I was working at this hotel called the DoubleTree Hotel, actually, and so for some reason I started having issues. Well, it started out I felt a knot in my neck. That was the first thing. I had a little knot in my neck, and I was kind of concerned about that. And so I went to the emergency room, actually where I work at. And so when I went there, they told me, they was like, "Oh, you just have those are lip notes or whatever, they'll go away." But actually, they never did. It never went away. So I was, walking around for a whole year with that. And so then I ended up working at the DoubleTree Hotel, and I started having issues with my hands and my fingers. And so I went to my primary doctor. As he was telling me what was going on with my hands, I was telling him about this. And so we ended up, he did an ultrasound on it. And so immediately they said they found a mass. So then I had to go do a biopsy. And of course, when they did the biopsy, it showed that I had cancer. And so at first they was telling me I had throat cancer. So that just kind of like scared me because I'm like, okay, they going to take my voice box, all of this or whatever. But then they found out that the tumor had sit below the brain, all up and through there, the sinuses and stuff like that. So going through that, it was kind of hard because I had to do chemo. I had to do one set of chemo first for like 3 weeks, and then I had to get admitted in the hospital like once every 3 months and being there for like 5 days with two chemos, one chemo running in me for 96 hours, and then I had one for 3 hours, and then I had to do radiation for 7 weeks. So, with all that together and going through that, it was kind of like a struggle, and but then I kind of like stayed positive because, I was still here, I was still living, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It was a journey to go through, though, you know what I mean? So, but I was just the type of person that I kind of like stayed strong, and I thought, at first when they told me, I was scared. The first thing I thought is I'm going to die. I got cancer. I'm going to leave this world, whatever. But then I had to, as I'm going through my journey, I had to like think about, people have more worse of cancer than I do. Colon cancer or prostate cancer. More issues than even though mine was by the brain. I felt like I still was, getting through all of that. I was still getting healed. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was still the same person that I am today. If I show you a picture of when I had cancer, I look the same. Like,
Right.
but then I started not getting sick no more. You know what I'm saying? Everything was just, I was just a normal person with just cancer. You know what I mean? Only thing that you would never know except because I was bald head that I lost all my hair, but which was okay because I was still living here on this earth, you know what I mean? And so I had to start, and I started going to church, which I need to get back into, and I just started praying every day, and I just stayed with the Lord. I stayed with God, He was my, closest friend to me going through that, and He still is today. But without God, I just, I felt like it was God that was really like, I'm here for a purpose because the life that I lived, you know what I'm saying? I could have been gone. I got married with cancer and didn't even know I was real sick though on that day. But I just thought like it was from me traveling because I went and I got married back at home in Kansas City, Missouri. Traveling from Minneapolis to there, the climax, I just thought I was sick, but technically, I had, cancer. But I just stayed with God, you know what I mean? Because the life that I've been through a lot that God have saved me and I'm still here. So I always say that I'm here for a purpose. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know what that calling is, but I'm here for a reason because there's many a times that I should have been gone to the man up above, you know what I mean? But for some reason he's not taking me out this world, and I guess he's not ready for me yet. You know what I mean? And I'm
Right.
not ready either. But I just think, I'm just grateful. You know what I mean? And blessed that all what I've been through, that I'm still here and I've came a long way in life. You know what I mean? Like, I feel
Absolutely.
like I'm doing so good compared to where I came from,
Right.
7 years ago. So
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Well, I mean, this definitely a true inspirational story from what I've heard so far. I mean,
yeah.
I was sitting up last night watching one of your videos. Reese had already seen it, but she wanted me to watch it too. And
Okay.
it was a very, very deep video. You was talking about your past and was it your ex boyfriend uh,
Mm, yeah.
who
It's
I don't know,
unalive.
yeah, who I didn't want to say, yeah. But yeah, that passed away. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it was a very intense story. I didn't know if
Yeah.
you wanted to touch on that or not, but
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the basis of this show, we wanted to basically just be,
Right. Open.
Open.
yeah,
Okay.
be open, but want you to be comfortable as well. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
Yeah.
saying? So that's the main objective is for you to be comfortable with telling your story. So you will tell
Yeah.
your story the way you want to tell it. You know,
Yeah. I'm fine with that. So I want to say I was 20 years old, right? And so what happened is, I was 20 years old and I was working for this place, McDonald's, actually, for the restaurant McDonald's. And so I ended up getting my own little studio, whatever. And so as I'm working, I ended up meeting this guy, and won't say the name and all of that, but I met
right,
this guy. And so somehow we just connected. I don't know. He kept coming, like the days that we worked together there. And so the days like he was off and I'm working, he would steadily just come up to the job, come through the drive through, all of that, talking to me, whatever. And so one particular day, I just ended up going off with him, but inviting him over to my little studio or whatever. And so I thought the guy was, a good guy, whatever at the time, whatever. And so, long story short, I want to say I was in my apartment. I don't know how to really explain the beginning of our relationship, but however, he was very abusive. I think I had, if you say one word, he would just immediately click, you know what I mean? So this man, I'm just gonna go on and get into a deeper part.
okay,
Um, let's just say that this man used to put his hands on me like deeply horrible, like he used to choke me to death. Like, and when I tell this one, I'm go to this one part.
okay,
So when I used to tell people this story here, people look at me like I'm crazy, like literally crazy. So the apartment that I was living in, you can walk through the Brush Creek. It was called the Brush Creek. You can walk down through there to go up to the liquor store. Well, as we was walking down there, I don't know what I said to the man. I can't even remember. Whatever I said though, he will always take me by his flesh, his arm here.
right,
He would never too much use his finger. He would use his flesh. And so one particular day, he just took me by my neck, like literally, and just choked me. I don't know if it just put me to sleep, but I just felt like he really killed me. And for some reason, God brought me back because all I seen was a blue light. And
mhm,
so then I came back. So now I'm screaming and pleading for my life. It's been times where this boy had literally did this in front of my nieces and nephew, in front of my niece, in front of my nephew. I can't even remember. Some guy was talking to me. I said something to him. We get in the house, and this man literally choked me again by his flesh. Literally took me up off my feet to where he choked me to that where I urinated and bowel moving on myself at the same time in front of my nieces and nephew. I mean, it was like I couldn't get away from him. I couldn't go around my family. He almost tried to kill my mother and myself. I mean, it's just a whole lot. I mean, I can go into deeper and deeper, but I mean, they can also watch the video. But I mean,
right,
it was a horrible situation for me, but eventually I got out. I was, ended up, they try to blame me again for the murder or whatever. But however, When he got killed, I was in a car with him when he got shot up 19 times and pistol whipped. By the grace of God that I was still here, because I seen the whole thing when it started from the beginning to the end. I knew when everything was going to happen, because I can tell that this dude, we driving up the same block as this guy that they had issues with or whatever, and so the guy came running up to the car and said, I heard you was looking for me, pop, pop. And so something just told me to turn, because the bullets that went through him had glazed me in my arm right here. So that right there was the good grace of God that I moved, because if not, the bullet probably would have took me out. The car ended up, but somehow his feet or something made the car back all the way up into the guy's yard, So now I'm getting out running, but the dude went back in the house. Well, first he shot him up 9 times, pop, pop, pop. Then he went back in the house, loaded his gun up, came back out, shot him up 9 more times, and then pistol whipped him and just basically overkilled him. But he called the police at the same time and said, "Come get this Nick," and because I'm killed. You know what I mean? And so it just, but that right there, I hate to say it this way, but I just want to say that I'm happy, you know what I mean? Like that happened that way,
Right.
because if not, he would have killed me, because there's been many times that he tried to go there, you know what I mean? And so I feel like that saved my life, actually, because if not, who knows? My mother probably would have been burying me, or I don't know. But for some reason, I just felt like that was, ooh, I felt like that saved my life, actually. Felt like God saved my life, because I watched this man kill people, murder people, and get away with it. They'll come and pick him up, and I don't know how he get away with it, but that boy would get away with it.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just happy that happened. I hate to say it that way, but it saved my life, and it made my mother more comfortable not to be at her phone every night, can't sleep to know if she gonna get a phone call that her daughter is dead. She had to come one time. She came with a hammer and a gun, like she was coming for her daughter. But yeah, so it's and then I ended up, he ended up putting me on drugs, started smoking drugs, started smoking crack and all of that, but I am 8 years clean from that. So so that's what I feel. It's my life has changed, like literally. I moved here to Minnesota. I got away. I went to prison. I did prison time. And when I got out of prison, 2016, January the 1st, I moved here to Minnesota. And I have been clean from those hard drugs. And now I got a good job. I'm a nursing assistant. Now I got a car, my own place. So I'm grateful and I'm just blessed. And again, God saved my life. So that's my story.
There it is.
And that is why I say Jazzy the Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
And you have, if you want to, she has 2 videos where she's really talking about her story and she's going into it. Mm-hmm. Those are the very first 2 videos that I seen with brought my attention to Jazzy, and I was just like, wow, this lady has been through so much, and she has God has for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're here to tell your story.
Thank you. Yeah. I feel good though. Yeah.
You should feel good. I mean, I came up as a child, I can only imagine I can't even say imagine, because I actually went through it, but hearing you say that your nieces and nephews actually witnessed it.
Yeah.
Witness, men putting their hands on my mama too, God rest her soul, So I understand, it's, being a woman is tough.
It is. It can be.
Be very tough, especially when I just never understood how a man could, want to put his hands on such a delicate being or whatever. But digress. But we are happy to know that you are here. You are in good spirits.
Thank you.
That you're living life the way you want to live life.
Yeah.
Light, and that you love God too. We love,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
definitely the one that brought you through, you know, through all of that turmoil, pain, and all of that, you know. So
Yes.
understand. And
Yeah.
if anybody in the chat, if you have questions for Jazzy V, let's just please keep them respectful. And we will definitely ask her, and she, you know, whatever she's comfortable with answering, she will answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
People,
Yeah.
I know you see me put my head down a few times. I just like to say that I'm just speaking to the chat. I am not being rude. I always like to say when I'm
Right.
doing that. But I do want to go ahead and acknowledge those that came in. Auntie Simply, Big Brother Trey and Nene, Sheer Magic. There was somebody else I seen. I think it was Carmelin, Brandy. And I think I had Jihad.
What up, Jihad?
I think that's
Brandy. Oh, we said Brandy.
Brandy, yeah. So I think
Yeah,
I said everybody, but I did want to acknowledge everybody.
Share Magic.
Yeah, Share Magic. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank everybody for being here and listening to Jazzy. Hopefully, y'all will go over to her channel if you haven't already and subscribe and get to know this beautiful survivor here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
Jazzy, if you knew someone that was going through what you've been through in the past, what advice would you give somebody to try to get out of that abusive situation?
So I feel like you got to really like study the person like at the very beginning. That's what I kind of learned a little bit. Even though you're not gonna, necessarily get all their backgrounds, but there's some way that you got to see me now that I've been through that. For some reason, I can just kind of like look in your eyes and just know, or just by your body wise, or just, I don't know. It's just like you got to be careful and just really pay attention and study the person. And then if you feel like that I don't know how to really explain it, but you just got to watch some signs. You know what I mean? Like you just got to be very careful and get out of there as quick as possible. Because if you can't, it's just to be a bad situation.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. You do have to. I believe that everybody shows the good in the beginning. So the beginning may be kind of hard, but eventually those true colors are going to come out. So you do have to pay attention to the signs. A lot of times there are signs, but sometimes, and men get abused too. So I don't want to just say women. Men get abused too, but sometimes
that's true.
People are afraid to leave that abusive situation for one reason or another.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's the crazy thing is, what's the scary thing is that there are a lot of people that are being abused that you would never even know that were being abused.
Yep.
They out there smiling, look like the best couple in the world, and the whole time behind closed doors, one of them is abusing, or they abusing each other. Yeah. Toxic relationships is a real thing.
Yeah. Well, mine was like that a little bit for a minute. My mom, she kind of knew, but then she didn't. But then she knew when I had that black eye. And I tried to lie and say that, I had a fight with a girl. And she said, you ain't never let a girl hit you. Now, come on. I know my daughter. Right. But yeah, so I get it. Yeah, it is. It's a hard situation. It's hard. Yeah.
It definitely is hard. I don't like to hear, I don't like to see it. I definitely don't like to hear it when I'm talking about as far as men, putting their hands on females. But, at the end of the day, God has the final say. Mm-hmm. And I know you said you don't like to say it because it sounds mean, but God did that for a reason.
Right.
Yeah. And I meant that. Yeah. I stand on that. So it was hard to say it, but now I don't have no shame of saying it. God did that for a purpose, and it was time. And I'm glad. Again, I'm glad he saved my life. So yeah.
So have you ever thought about writing a book?
No, actually, no. I mean, I thought about it, but then I was like, how could I write a book?
I mean, I think you would do real good because you have been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not just to put your business out there. Right. I believe that some things aren't meant to share, but then I also believe that everybody can learn from a situation, and everything that we go through in life, we can teach that next generation.
You're right. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. And that makes sense. I really never sat down and just thought about it, but right. Yeah.
I mean, a book tells a story. So your story is not just that portion.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you
I
start from
get
the beginning. And we talking about when Jazzy V came out the coochie.
You
right.
will not.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Brother Debo.
I'm just saying, like, you're talking about when Jazzy V came out, when she was born,
Right.
you know, and your childhood, and then into that,
Yeah.
and where you are now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And,
true.
you know,
Yeah.
story and all of that stuff like that, you
Right.
know. So,
Yeah.
You've grown from every situation.
right.
And
Yeah.
that's what life is about. It's about lessons.
That's what it is. And the
Yeah.
book is a book ain't nothing but a bunch of chapters. We all go through chapters in our lives. So you can
And
actually
that's true.
literally break your life down per chapter
Mm-hmm.
at
Yeah.
your own
Yeah.
pace. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know,
Yeah.
suggest you think that your story would be amazing on paper though.
I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think into that. That would
Even
be something to
how you handle work these days with them coworkers that be testing you.
Woo, honey. I dealt with it today and I'm going to go back at 10 tonight.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Well, 11. At 11. I'm going back at 11. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, simply
And
said, and please don't ignore the first sign. I'm sorry, it doesn't get better. And that's true.
that's true.
Signs, you gotta pay attention.
You got to pay attention. You got to go straight for it. Yep. I've learned that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right about the women beating on the men because you know what? But then sometimes I tell myself, like, before I even got, clean and so all that, it still was out there after he got killed when I got with my husband. So before he wasn't my husband then, though, at that time. But you know what? I would start drinking real bad, real heavy, was out there drinking on the drugs or whatever. I would start fighting him.
Mm.
I started abusing on him.
Hey, like Tina did Ike.
Yeah.
Back of that limo.
Right. Right.
She said
I was like, I ain't letting another dude put their hands on me, and I mean that.
We have a question from Prince Daniel.
And I think what he's trying to say is, have you ever he said, have you ever thought about making a movie about your life? If so, who do you think would be good to play you? So basically, if somebody came to you and said, Jazzy V, we want to do a movie about you, and you could pick the actress of your choice to play you in the movie, who would you pick?
That's a good question. You know what? I would always think that Monique could play me, or I could play Monique. I would have Monique.
Okay.
As far as the guy though, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't know about the guy part, but I think Monique. Yeah.
That's a great choice.
Great choice.
That's a
Yeah.
great choice. Monique from over here where we at. So
Yeah.
Monique over here.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, shout out to the 16 million in the building, y'all. Welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of the Social Den with our special guest Jazzy V. And like we said, y'all, if y'all have any questions for Jazzy V, please drop them in the chat. This is a very relatable topic. Always is that you keep it respectful. Like we always say. You know what I'm saying? So,
Jazzy, and you don't have to answer this question, but it's always a question that I like to ask when we are discussing like addiction.
Okay.
How was it for you trying to get clean?
You know what? Actually, to be very honest with you, when I moved here, it was easy. It was simple. But if I was still in Kansas City, I'd probably still be on drugs. Moving here, I don't know anyone, right? So when I first moved here, I wasn't around any drugs, but then I started seeing it. But only thing I can think about is that you've been clean for this long. When I first seen it, which was probably 2 months or whatever. When I started taking the train, that's when I seen, people with the drugs, but they doing fentanyl down here. So that's something I don't think I would have had never did anyway. But it was really easy actually because I don't know nobody down here. You know what I mean? And I wasn't around it. Like today, I'm still not around nobody that does it. I don't have friends or, you know what I mean? So it was easy. I didn't think about it. I started smoking the weed. That kept my mind off of it. Drinking the beer keep my mind off of it. Doing things kept my mind off of it. You know what I mean? So I never thought about. Only thing I thought about is, wow, I haven't had no dope. Oh my goodness. I ain't smoking. What? Do. And I was like, well, shoot, I could have did that back at home. But then I was like, no, no, I couldn't because I tried too many times and I failed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Sometimes it's better. It seems like it's better to come out of that situation. I know, I don't say it often, but I have said it. Like coming up in a household, my father was on drugs. I was very young at that time, so I really didn't know what he was doing. I know
okay,
that I used to always hear my mom say, like, she wouldn't say it to me, but she would be arguing with him about getting
hmm,
clean and stuff like that. And I didn't know what I was hearing. But the one
right,
thing that I, as an adult, knowing what I know now that I respected is when he did do it, he went outside the home. He would go missing for a couple of days or a week. I was a daddy's
mm,
girl, so I didn't like it then, but now I can appreciate him doing that. But then I also remember sometimes where he did it and we would be out in public and I would actually be embarrassed by some of the things that he did. Like he would steal from stores and I would be
oh
with my
yeah,
stuff like that. But can't take nothing away. I had the best daddy in the world. So
okay, right, right,
I was a daddy's girl, but I've learned a lot. And if you don't mind me saying, I learned a lot from CJ's mom.
Mhm.
I had the pleasure of meeting his mom, and that's something that connected us because his mom used drugs, and I got the chance to live with her before God called her home, and she sat down with me and she explained a lot, and I got
right,
to see her get clean and the struggle that she went through. So when I hear other people talk about being on drugs and getting clean, it's just a
yeah.
story that I love to hear and get information about because it seems like it brings more clarity to what I've seen coming up and didn't understand.
Right, yeah. I think the thing for me though too was that I get more happier every day. I was more happy that I knew that I wasn't getting high anymore, you know what I mean? I'm like, and then every day it was just like, shoot, like you're not even thinking about it no more. But I was just, yeah, yeah, to think about, ooh, I ain't smoked nothing. I ain't found, so it was good.
That's
It was
beautiful.
good.
Hey, big brother Dre.
What up,
Hey,
Dre and
Mama
Michelle?
Bear.
Hey, hello.
Everybody, please make sure y'all thumbs up the live if y'all don't mind. Tamika said, Jazzy V, I'm very, very proud of you. I grew up around my family members who was also on crack cocaine and every drug they could think of, but it taught me to stay away from it.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the best way to go. But see, my mom went and they never did drugs. My mom smoked some weed, but
right,
they
right.
never did drugs or nothing like that. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I never went. I never went further than weed, but I used to know dudes that were like lace their blunts with, you know, weed
Yeah.
drugs and stuff like that, and try to
That's
pass it to me
something.
and all. Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's another thing. When you back, I remember back coming up, you can't smoke with everybody because you can't be smoking with strangers. 'Cause you
You
don't know
sure
what they
can.
put in that, what
Because you
they
don't know what they putting in it. Yep. Because
yeah,
they would put stuff in it. Yeah.
yep, yeah. So it was definitely tricky, But
Yeah.
so moving up to the future now, let's switch gears. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about how did you end up becoming, getting the nursing job? Because I'm sure you was ecstatic once they handed you that badge.
Oh man, hey, let me say something. I've always did like, worked in the nursing homes, you know what I'm saying? I always doing housekeeping, whatever. But I used to do home health care, you know what I'm saying? Where I used to take care of a patient, for a whole year and he was paralyzed, and I took care of him for a whole year. But I felt like I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to take care of people, and then I always wanted to just experience it as well. And so I said, well, I ended up getting hired at the hospital for housekeeping. And so when I was there working that whole year, I had my set unit, and the nurses and the CNAs was like, you should become a CNA, you should become a nurse, da da da. You'll be good for it. I don't see you doing housekeeping. You just don't. And I kept saying, no, I don't think I can really do it. I don't want to know. I kept wanting to go the easy route. But then I said, shoot. And then they was like, well, we got free school. We can do the homegrown program. You don't have to pay for it. It's only 3 weeks, da da da. And I said, well, shoot, let me go for it. And so I went for it, took the test, passed, and there I am.
Wow. Well,
That's
congratulations
amazing.
on passing.
Thank
Let's
you.
clap in the
Thank
middle
you.
chat
Thank
Yeah.
you.
for
Yeah.
Jazzy.
Thank you. So I work in the burn unit at the county hospital. Yeah.
How is that?
It's not bad actually.
Okay.
You
Okay.
get to see a lot of interesting, burns and things, it's not so bad. I mean, they do be messed up, but it's not bad. You got to have the stomach and the eyes for it, because if you don't, you're gonna either throw up or pass out.
No, I don't. I ain't got. I don't have certain things that I just
They'll,
can't.
they'll let you shadow first. A couple of people, they'll come up there and shadow. Some will pass out and some won't. Some will get through it. Like, especially if you're in a trolley room. It's a trolley room where they take the patients in there and sedate them to do their dressings and, clean them up, whatever. And some people can't take it. They'll pass right on out, right in there.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, because you seeing down to the past.
Yeah, to the white meat, to the
Yeah.
bone, almost. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'd be tragic, but I get right through it.
So
It'd be interesting.
what's your day-to-day task? Like when you go in there, like can you walk us through your day?
So when I first go through there, what the first thing we do is, of course, they have a huddle. They talk about everything needs to be done or said or whatever. But the main thing is we go in there, we do our vitals. We do our vitals, which is to get their blood pressure, their temp, and all that, their oxygen and reps and all that. We do that. And then, like, maybe after breakfast, some patients we might have to feed, some we may not have to. Sometimes we might have to do their dressings ourselves. Like if they're simple, like the hands or whatever, we might have to go in there and do that, And then it's just more of changing them if they poop on themselves. You got to clean them up. You got to give them CHG baths, which is a CHG bath is just called where, say, like if you really want to surgery, depends on type of surgery you go in. They give you these things where you just wipe your body down or whatever, and it helps to prevent, like infections and all of that type of stuff, whatever. So we give those to them patients, sometimes the ones that can't take showers or something like that. But basically, that's it. That's all. That is it.
I've always admired. I've always admired people in your field because you have to be very. You have to. I know you have to be a very patient person. That's for sure.
That you do. That you do. Yeah.
Patient person and just have a love for people. You know what I'm
You
saying?
do.
We see people out here that in your field mistreating people.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I hate to see. That's somebody's grandmama, grandparent that you abusing because you had a bad day.
Exactly.
So, but the people like you that go to work and actually do the job the right way,
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because that's not for everybody.
I mean, you get attached to, like, to me, I get attached to some of the patients. You get sad. Like today, we had a patient that had been with us for so long that he finally left today, and it was just such, it was emotional, but it was happy. We all huddled together with him, and we do things for, our patients too. That when they've been there for so long, we do things for them, when they agree to leave and all of that. So it be exciting, you know what I'm saying? Because like I get attached to them, literally. I can get attached to some of them, and then it can be sad when they leave or if they pass away, So yeah,
I can
it's
man. Well, like I
I
said,
love it.
you just keep doing God's work and doing what you're doing. We need.
Thank you.
I mean, without y'all, people's grandparents, grandmamas wouldn't even be being taken.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Most definitely.
You can't look down on anybody for any job that they do because everything somebody does, there's somebody who needs that job done. So
exactly.
Respect it the same.
Yeah.
Welcome to Events Yours. Rain, I hope we spoke to you, baby. Hey, Rain.
What up, Rain? We got a couple of comments. Dre of Tripping with Dre and Michelle said, "Man, I remember when I seen my first crack rock. I thought it was sugar. Thank God I wasn't hungry that day."
So shut.
Ray is something else. Did you see he called you Charles Darkley?
Charles Darkley?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even see that. Dre don't want these problems. You know that. Mama Bear said, hey, Jazzy V, that's a blessing that you overcame that because a lot of people are constantly struggling with so many addictions and still to this day.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That's
Uh,
true.
Simply Wonderful said, "Kudos to you, Jazzy. Sometimes our biggest obstacle is us."
It truly.
Yep.
That's true too. Most definitely.
Yep. And
Thank you.
that is so true, Jazzy. I worked in a nursing home before cancer changed my life. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah.
you know, that's why we love our baby, you know, the social den, because you
Yeah.
just never know who else is going through what you're going through. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? You just never know. And then to see the people in the chat, you know, the people that have gone through it, or maybe you know somebody that went through it, you know, it's all about
Yeah.
relatable topics, and you know, everybody
Yeah.
coming together. It's big old round table pretty much with the big old social den tag in the middle.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's our
That's
goal.
true. I love it.
It's been special up to this point. And you definitely been special tonight. We
Thank
definitely
you.
appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate being here too.
And let me real quick go ahead and pull up your page. All right, y'all. So this is Jazzy V. Let me pull this down. This is Jazzy V's YouTube page. As y'all can see, this is a mukbang channel, but it's not just mukbanging. She eats, but she also tells a story. So at the same time, so you can go through, and she got a lot of videos, a lot of great videos. You know, she does challenges as well. Yeah, and collabs and stuff like that. So y'all can go through and, you know, just holler at her, man. Just hit that subscribe button, hit the bell when she drops a video, and all that good stuff like that. And you know, just hit the bell. It's free to subscribe. You ain't got to pay no money.
There you go.
You know,
Thank you.
and then you know, at the same time too, Jazzy be at work when she cook on her videos too. So
She be in that break room eating that salad.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, honey, I did that today. I should have did a video then, but it was too many people in there. Shoot.
absolutely, absolutely.
Every time I go to do one, somebody coming in, I'm like, forget it. Shoot. But
As
I
my,
am coming. You know what? Huh?
as my sister Sonia would say, F them people.
She sure would. Sonya would. I can't do it like Sonya though. I
And
can't do it.
I just dropped her link for anybody that missed it earlier.
Thank you.
Nursing requires a special person. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a fact. It really does, because you know, I don't know everything that nurses have to do, but I know you pretty much have to do everything for them.
You do.
You
You
know what I mean?
do. People think it's easy, but it's truly not. They really think it is, but it's not. It's
Right.
not.
And
It's
then
a lot.
on the flip side, just like I said, there's people that mistreat them. Well, I
Yeah.
say patients, because you might have a elderly person who is being mean, but they don't even know they're being mean.
Yeah.
And some of them know.
And some of them do know.
Yep.
Yeah, some of them do know.
That's true.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
works both ways.
yes. I mean,
It
all
does.
sound like it's a tough job. It's
But it is. It
yeah.
is.
But
It can be tough.
look, there you go, right there. That's how you say it, right there on the screen. That's how Sonya say it.
Fuck them goddamn people.
I know Sonya I can't do like Sonya. Shoot. She bold.
Yeah, we have to deal with you. Y'all sure do. I ain't going
Yes,
nowhere.
y'all have to deal with CJ, and I will be in a home after dealing with CJ. Y'all only have to deal with CJ for an hour or so in these chats and on these lives.
They would
I
love
have
me.
to live with this man.
They would love me in the home.
Oh, it's wonderful. I know it's a beautiful thing.
Sonya, I forgot it was 21 years. I knew she was in the nurse, she was in the same field, but I didn't know it was for that long. 21 years.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm just now beginning.
There you go. There you go. You're gonna be saying 21 years in the future.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yes.
That's Joni. He is a mess.
So Jazzy V, is there anything else before we wrap it up? Is there anything else that you would like to say to the people? Anything that you have coming up? Anything new that's going on with your channel? Anything you want to say?
I don't have anything new on my channel. I need to be more consistent is what I need to be. But tomorrow I am coming with a video because I've been wanting to try this goosey soup, right?
Right.
And fufu. Have you guys tried it before?
No, we never tried the.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah, I tried it one time. I want to try it again though.
Did you like it?
It was pretty good.
Okay. I'm going to try that, and I think I'm going to do that. But otherwise, I just would like to say thanks to everyone who was in the chat and, just saying thank you to me. I appreciate it. I also want to say thank you to CJ and Sharice for having me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Hopefully, one day I can get to meet you guys and sit right next to you.
Absolutely.
To you, next to Sonia, her little crazy self, and
Yeah.
all you. Yeah. So I truly appreciate it.
She
Yeah.
said she was by the way, so y'all know she only 25 for the rest of her life.
For the rest of her life, she gonna be
And then CJ Sharice Jamaica. Oh yeah, it's coming, Tamika. Don't even worry.
Tamika,
It's coming.
it's
Coming.
Lord.
Don't even worry about it. All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. Jazzy, if you don't mind, you just stay where you are. Thank you so much for being here tonight. You have been an awesome
I
guest.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you also for being, just being an open book and just, wanting to share your story with people that could relate to your story.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we'll be reading your story in a book one day. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully, yes. We shall see.
Yep. And real quick,
if y'all are ready, it is time to bow our heads. As y'all know, okay, I'm gonna call you, sister.
Yeah.
As y'all know, we end every show with a prayer. So here we go.
Everybody, we're gonna listen to Vicky's World, say a prayer, and then we out of here.
You gotta turn the volume up. Sorry, y'all.
Sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 second.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the time we've shared together today. We are grateful for the insights and connections we've made through this series. As we close, we ask for your continued guidance and blessings on all those who participate in our community. May your wisdom and love inspire us to grow, learn, and support one another. Keep us safe and bring us back together in the spirit of fellowship and understanding. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Hey, Chocolate Drop.
Hey, Chocolate Drop. Shout outs to Vicky's World for that awesome prayer. We will be ending in prayer every single episode from here on out. So we love our sister Vicky. Thank you so much for that. Jazzy, we love you. Thank you. Stay right where you are.
You're welcome.
Everybody in chat, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will be back next week. Same time, same place. With a brand new episode on season 2.
Next week. Sorry, baby. Next week, put the kids to bed. Grab you some wine or whatever you want. It is adult night.
Yeah.
We can't tell you. We're gonna let you know that it's adult night, so come and have y'all a good old time. Yeah. Tamika, bring your old nasty ass. And make sure y'all be on the lookout for all of our lists coming out for the giveaways coming up. We won't go through all that, but the lists are coming out. So
yeah. And with that being said, make sure y'all tell somebody if you love them if you haven't already, because tomorrow is not what?
Promise.
Y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we will see y'all next week, same time, same place for episode 3 of season 2 of the Social Den. All right, y'all have a good night. Peace.
Peace.